we can actually tell how many we have if we go to the sphere and I click on the sphere, and it will say rows 20, columns 40. So I believe we have 800 versions of this sphere here. So I could make it even simpler. Well, I will make it easier on the computer because it's being a bit hard at the moment. If I took down the number of columns here, if I made that 20, so it would be 20 by 20. And what we have here now is 400 of these spheres. So what we need to do now is go to our camera, and we want to back our camera off. So our camera is sitting in space looking at all of this, but it's a little bit close. So I'm going to go to the Z position on the camera and make it 15 and see what that does. Great. 15 means we can have a good look at it. So this is a sphere that has the entire shape, and this sphere here, our original one, I've made this very small. I may have missed that on the video, I'm sorry. I made the radius of this sphere much smaller, because if it was back at 1, so if I made the size 1, we would just see a big blob. But if I take the radius down, we start to see much smaller, separate spheres. Let's go even further. To make it even smaller, I'll go down 1 increment and do that. So this is instancing, and even on a laptop you can do this quite a powerful thing. Normally you'd need a very big desktop to do this in terms of power. So we're looking a little bit more pretty here. What we can do is, the next thing I'd like to do is add a bit of noise to it. So if I add noise to this guy here, if I put a noise in there, it needs to slow down a little. You'd see that the individual noises, sorry, the individual spheres are changing. However, let's take that noise away. A bit more interesting would be to add noise to this sphere here. So if we put a noise there, and then what I'll need to do is drag, because this is still, this sphere is connected to the SOP2. I want to drag that noise on, so it's the noise which is connected to the SOP2. Now what we have is this sphere here being moved around like that, and on all of those points that are being moved around we have our first sphere, and that is instancing. That's one version of it. What we can do now is go back to, I think maybe we should make it a bit simpler even. Let's go back to 15 times 15. That'll make it a bit easier for the computer to run it. So if we went back to our song, and which is still going here, and we look at our noise up here, we make our null active here, which has got all the information from the song, and we drag a channel over onto the amplitude there, then that will start dancing to the song. And that's an audio reactive instanced system.